I've been thinking a lot about the art of social relationships because I personally, it's a huge subject for me because I used to have social anxiety, and now I try to think that I can get out there and meet people. I mean, I've brought a lot of new people into my life, and developing these relationships is something that I've always been working on. So today I was watching an interview between James Swanwick and Robert Greene, and they were talking about social anxiety, and it really hit home to me because social anxiety is something that affects me personally. And there were three big points that Robert Greene spoke about. And Robert Greene is an amazing guy. He studies the art of social relationships. He's written the book Mastery. He worked with 50 Cent. So this guy really understands human behavior in a lot of ways. So there are three big points that really affected me. Point number one is you don't want to take anything personally ever. No matter what anybody says to you, you don't want to take anything personally. So someone comes to you and they look at something you've done, or you're talking about a behavior you've done, and they give a face, a grimace. Like you say, hey, I'm trying to lose weight, and they give you this look. Just that tiny look sometimes can affect people and it hurts them. I say, forget about all that, and Robert Greene confirms this, and in all the social studies it says, don't take anything personally. Don't, like, any look, any comment, even if it's negative feedback from your mum, like, don't take anything personally ever. That's step number one. Another huge point is to get out of your head when you're in social situations. And this is another thing where taking things too personally is really, really bad. So if you're talking to someone, most people in social situations, they're thinking about what to say, and they're also thinking about how it will affect them. So they're in these two worlds. They've got what they're talking about and how am I going to look. So I'm saying get rid of the thing that is reflective on yourself, that's selfish. How do I look? How do I feel? How does that make me feel? Get out of that selfish mindset and just fully fall into the other person. Read between the lines, read their body language, read their emotions, understand what they're saying. Try and figure out what they're not saying and how maybe you can bring that stuff up. Really get involved in the other person and connect with that person. And that leads to the third big point, which is you want to be able to understand other people's emotions. And as humans, we don't really understand our own emotions. Emotions are like this base level of evolution that we don't get. I mean, men have trouble talking about their emotions, but even women can't talk about their emotions properly. I mean, language is like a logical thing that we developed later on, but emotions, they're really, really coarse, so we can't really understand them. But try to read other people's emotions and then communicate with them on that level. So if the example from Robert Greene today was if someone is an action taker, then you want to talk to them in the way of like, let's do it, let's go, let's get this done. But if someone's more of I don't know, they dilly-dally a bit, they beat around the bush, then you can say, hey, there's this thing that might work if we work over it in a long time, blah, blah, blah. So you can tailor the way you talk to the person depending on their emotions. If someone's angry at you, then you have to be able to tailor the way you're talking to them based on their emotions. And Robert Greene also mentioned today, there's this one final point about social connection. And if you get anything from this video today, understand this. If you want to develop your social connections really, really well, you have to develop empathy. That's the one thing. When I had social anxiety, I had no empathy. Like I couldn't understand. I couldn't get into other people's shoes and feel how they felt, and it was like a whole new world for me. So when you have empathy for other people and you're able to feel what they feel, you're able to communicate with them in the way that they are actually feeling, then that's something that's going to really, really help your social relations. So there's a bunch of points about improving your social relations. Don't take anything personally. Try to read people's emotions. And use empathy, and there was another point in there, but there was a lot of stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye-bye.